Did you know Dvorak was a New Yorker? Well, he was. He lived there from 1892 to 1895, down on East 17th Street, where he was director of the National Conservatory of Music, and by the way, paid a pretty penny for the position at the time. And while he was living in New York, he composed the famous New World Symphony, influenced in part by African American and Native American melodies. And it is, of course, a piece that has now become almost absurdly familiar to audiences all over the world. I remember growing up with an LP of it and wearing it down to the last grooves. I think I played it so many times, and it must have been the first piece that I really had by memory. I was about 11 or so, and I would just play it again and again, and I started conducting to it. And I remember beating 4 in a bar, and I think I'd maybe seen a conductor once in my life before, that I can remember at least. And I started beating 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, without really knowing why. And then realizing a year or so later that in fact I was doing the mirror image, that I should have been beating 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I had to unlearn a whole series of muscle memory things that I'd mislearned. But nonetheless, I remember the freshness of melodic invention at the time, for which Dvorak is justly famous. It's not easy to write a tune, you know. Bernstein once pointed out, he believed, and I think correctly, that it's easier to write the most complex, densely structured atonal piece, complete with all the hoopla that goes along with that. Much easier to write that than a simple tune in F major. Dvorak just seemed to produce these great tunes at will, and nowhere more so than in the New World Symphony. They're all over the place, especially the beautiful slow movement, the Largo, with its striking brass chords to open, and then this astonishingly beautiful English horn melody based on the spiritual Going Home. It always touches me, no matter how many times I hear this piece, and I hope it will touch you too.